Okay, let's go.
It's Sunday.
Actually, it's not Sunday.
So you know what time that means. It's time for the best hour on the internet. The Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. With your hosts, the Guru, Kev the Great, E Trouble,
Quinn Stewart,
and D Good.
His name is Quinn.
E Digger.
And E Digger.
On Facebook, YouTube, and
You
now
had to change that, bruh.
Oh, man. Hold on.
this is Knucklehead Chronicles podcast with past shows, clips, and previous guests.
Oh, man. That's funny.
Now buckle up, because here we go.
All right, welcome back. Welcome everybody to another episode of Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. Man, it is your boy, the Guru. I want to apologize to all of my audio listeners, and in video too, because you guys hear, you know, my former co-host, they are no longer a part of the show, but so I now have Quinn, Kevin Gray still here. And then it Digger, who
I told you I ain't going nowhere. Y'all love me on the camera, don't you? Yeah.
Now that you're married, we like you a little bit. All right, so
Wow.
I'm playing around. So let me give you guys a genuine welcome. Welcome again to the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. It is your boy, the Guru. To my right on the screen here, my man Quinn. Down below, you got Kevin Great. And I want to shout out first E Digger, WLEO 26.7 on the internet radio dial. If you want to watch the show, please download the WLEO app. If you have not yet, go ahead and download that. We're making some major moves. If you guys have missed, because by the time this plays, it'll be Sunday. If you guys missed my the Real Talk with the Guru on Tuesday, I'm gonna need for you to go back and watch that. Because it's actually replaying right now on Facebook. I had a great interview with Double D Mother from TikTok fame, and it was absolutely awesome. We had a vibe. We are putting a show together, me and her. So it's gonna be great. So
I like that.
Before I get into anything else, man, how was you guys' week so far? I mean, we're kind of early in the week, but how's the weekend so far? You care?
So far, so good. Just got through cooking some nice hamburgers and fries.
George Foreman or the real girl?
No, I just cooked them on the stove. But the air fryer that I got for my wedding, shout out to my mama and to my homegirl who hooked us up with the air fryer. We got 2 air fryers, by the way.
Oh Lord, this for mama right here, bro.
Shouts out to mom. Who told me to come by her house when I get back to the hometown and get as much fish as I want.
Ooh, that's good.
And by the way, Q, mama told me to tell you hi because you like the other son of the family. I don't know where I got an adopted brother.
Oh, so, it's a family reunion.
Yeah.
Okay.
She remember when she even brought up that whole incident where me, Q, and CJ and Mike we played basketball together, and mama went down a whole memory lane. No, we are not bringing that up. This was 6th grade.
I didn't really think somebody would get dunked on. Who got dunked on?
I didn't get dunked on.
I did.
I did.
I got dunked on by it's our homeboy, my homeboy, and he played on my baseball team for years. His name we call him Beanpole.
A Beanpole, I wonder why.
You know who I'm talking about. His name is Willie Benson. I mean, he was dunking in 7th grade.
Okay.
So I'm fortunate enough to never had let Beanpole dunk on me, because if he even looked like he was going dunk on me, I was playing like the bad boy Pistons. No, bro, you're not finna.
Well,
check this out. Now, when he dunked, I gotta ask you a question, man. It's a personal question. You ready?
What?
Now, when he dunked on you, did you get the nuts in the face or the back of your neck? Which
I got the shoulder.
The shoulder nuts.
All right, so
when
so when he went up, I thought he was going for a layup. And I thought he was gonna grab it with his right hand. So I went for the steal. When I went for the steal, By the time I looked up, he was already here.
Okay.
Just with one hand and just looking down on me. I'm like, all right, bro. You do know we got baseball practice, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hit you with the ball.
Don't tell nobody.
So like I only got dunked on one time in my life, and thankfully I was in high school.
Yeah. Ain't nobody dunking on me, man. I'm taking your testicles with me. You're not.
I mean, no. The thing is, I didn't catch no nuts or nothing because I actually went up with them.
Okay, good. Okay, that's good. Kev's probably standing flat-footed. Come get it.
I didn't know what to do, man.
He wants some milk and cook.
He needs some milk. Like I was hopeless.
How was your week, bro? How's your week going so far, man?
Man, my weekend was horrible because I got sick. But as far as my week, like I just recovered. Like I had to miss work yesterday because I was still sick. So I'm feeling better today, man. I'm like it ain't no COVID or nothing. It's just something I've been dealing with
to that.
my life.
Yeah,
but we like it was the week so far seemed like it's gonna be okay.
That's good. I'm
gonna knock on wood if I can find some real. I can find some.
Yeah,
got a wall right behind.
Every time I want to say that, no, even that's not real wood though. It's probably plywood or something, or particle board or something. It's like my house. You know what I'm saying? It's no real wood here. But anyway, I'm glad you guys are having a good week so far, man. We're gonna jump right into it. I gotta tell you guys, this is the On the Fly episode because we did have a guest to come on. We had a miscommunication with time. He was on the East Coast, so he was in here a full hour, or tried to be in here a full hour before we actually went live. That's kind of the thing. That's kind of the issue with having a podcast with hosts in different areas of the country, because you have to coordinate the time zones and all that good stuff. Because like E Dig is on the East Coast, Quinn, Kev, and I are in the Central time zone. So it's aren't you, Quinn? You are.
Yeah, I'm in Central.
And so so sometimes it gets difficult. So I did not realize that my guest was on the Eastern time zone. I'm thinking he was in the Central time zone. I gave him a time, and he was available for that time on the East Coast. But when he realized. But anyway, shout out to Dylan Moran, man. Thank you for that. What?
We gotta do this again, Q. How was your weekend?
Oh,
how was
your week?
It's not important, bro. But my weekend, it was a weekend. My family was out of town.
House to yourself, peace and quiet. Read a book, catch up on some shows and episodes, and eat cereal butt naked on your couch bed. I'm just saying.
Well, what happened?
This is not what I would do.
What happened was, my wife and I, we have a weekend hustle. Well, I have a weekend hustle. She does it all week long, but and we drive for Uber and we drive Lyft here in Columbia. And so Friday I drove. I'm glad we're here. Because I got some stories to tell you. With this Uber stuff. Listen, if you guys are watching this or listening to this right now, if you are or ever have been an Uber or Lyft driver, you're probably gonna relate to what I'm saying to you. Now, Columbia, to give you guys a little bit of backdrop, Columbia is a college town because the University of Missouri I'm in their backyard. I mean, so big SEC school. So, all the kids go here. And so the kids actually came back this week. Well, they were back last weekend. So they kind of trickled in last weekend, but this weekend they were back full force, right? So when you hear about frat parties and frat houses and all that good stuff, that stuff is for real, right? So I'm driving downtown Columbia. I get an Uber from two young ladies. One jump in the car. They both jump in the car. One's on the phone with her boyfriend or whoever he was, and she had him on speaker.
Oh boy!
So she gets in the car and says, I'm in my Uber right now. But what kind of Uber is it? What's he driving? And she proceeds to tell this young man what I'm driving. I'm like, you know what? You got a devil. I'm going to put you out right now because I ain't got time for that. So next thing I know, this guy gets in behind me, because he's tracking her because she got an iPhone. I know. Before any iPhone nonsense, let it go. But
He knew it was coming, Q. He knew it.
I already know it was coming. So he tracks her. So he tracks her. The same thing can be done on Android, but he tracks her on the iPhone. So next thing I know, he's in behind me. Now this dude, I guess he was a football player or whatever, lacrosse, rugby or something. He was a big boy. And he was like, why are you in here with him? Like, first of all, player, she's in my back seat. So she's not sitting like in my lap or nothing. She's in the back seat. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be a night. This is going to be a night. And that was my first Uber ride of the night. They weren't even like midnight or after. They weren't even drinking yet, you know. So my night kind of rolled like that for like 2 hours. I mean, I was going back and forth to frat houses and back, drama. 2 fights broke out, you know, all that, you know, cops and wrecks. And I was like, you know what? I called it kind of early. I stopped about 12. Normally I went
like 3. It sounded like you needed a therapy session after that.
Bro, I needed one. Now I'm gonna tell you the biggest therapy session I needed though. Now I mean talking about the devil. Like I say, this is the only fly episode because we don't really have a topic today. But now I will tell you guys, I lived in Idaho for 5 years. You guys know that. I lived in Idaho for 5 years. Well, Quinn probably didn't know that, but I lived in Idaho for 5 years. And so there weren't a lot of us out there. Not a lot of skin folk right out there. So I lost the vibe of being around skin folk. So I get a call. My last Uber call of the night was out to an American Legion out here. And I get there, and so people, I drive. It's a one-way in. It's a trap. It's a trap house. So I pull in. There's a line of cars leaving. So you got people hanging out of the windows and all that. I said, okay, this is a bad vibe, brother. I don't like this. Right? I don't like
this. His spider senses was tingling.
So I'm telling you, it was tingling bad. So I pull up into the American Legion. So like I said, it's a trap. It's one way in, one way out. And I pull up in there, and it was all black folk. Just, I mean, and I had no problem with my people, my skin folk. I had no problem with that. Whose TV is that? I hear it in the background. There you go. And so I pull up in there. I see all these black people. I was like, this is trouble. Because Colombia is a hot spot for criminal activity, shootings and things of that nature, right? So I was like, let me go ahead. So I took my little white Hyundai. I put that bad boy in reverse, pulled my Uber app up, and canceled that ride. You hear me? Right there. I don't play that. I don't play them dramas. I don't play them.
I would have felt more comfortable there,
and I should have. And that's what honestly that's the problem. I should have felt comfortable, but I did not. And I was just like, I backed that bad boy up the first spot I got.
I can see Terry in the car. Kumbaya, my lord.
It wasn't no Kumbaya play. It was like, get the move, bitch. It wasn't no Kumbaya, but it was the wrong song. It was like, move, bitch. So anyway, we're gonna get into a topic. We're gonna get into our topics. We got a couple of topics I want to run past the guys real quick. First things first, man. Let's talk about this crate challenge that's going on the internet. Lord, please tell me what's happening.
I'm done with humanity.
It's just funny to me, yo, because there's nothing I'll do.
Seriously, like you don't have anything else to do, you know. And there are people
and I ain't looking for the successes. I'm just looking for the fails. I'm only looking for the
fails. Are always funny, but man, somebody's gonna get seriously hurt. I'm telling you, the Lord need to help us. There's something. What would possess anybody? Milk crates can only hold so much weight, right? And these cats got them, in a diamond or a triangle, and you're running up one side and on the other side. Okay, so even if you're blessed enough to get up to one side, you got to come down.
Yeah.
What is the point? What is the point?
You might as well stand on Legos. And try this jump, man. Like,
I don't get it. Like,
you got a better chance of rolling down the hill on ice skates and breaking, and before you hit rush hour traffic. It's dumb.
It's crazy.
You gotta be nutbag crazy just to try it.
But I can think back over the last few years. There have been some really, really crazy challenges, just and stuff that our skin that would do it, and just for the sake of a video, just for the sake of
I've only done one challenge. Anybody want to guess what that challenge was?
What was that?
Probably the ice bucket challenge.
Exactly. Q.
Well, the ice bucket challenge was really a stupid challenge. Yet the ice bucket challenge was
for a purpose. Exactly my point. Which is why I say I don't see myself doing no Nene challenge or the a Kiki challenge, or because people who were getting ran over by their own vehicle trying to do the Kiki challenge from Drake.
Now, that was stupid.
That
was stupid.
Eating the what is it? The Tide Pod challenge.
Now I'm gonna tell you this: before there were challenges, when E40 first hit the scene with the song "Ghost Ride the Whip," well, I can't remember what the song was, but he was saying "Ghost Ride the Whip." I was able to do that and just walk beside my car, because you just throw your car in neutral and just let it go forward.
You're right.
So where to go?
Yeah, it's just throw your car in neutral. It's gonna, or you can just throw it and drive. But it's no gas.
Just drive in a circle.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if your alignment correct, it's gonna go straight.
That's stupid.
I keep my cars aligned, but any other challenges I haven't done.
Did you guys do the knockout challenge? Remember the knockout challenge? That's when they held somebody up against the wall. They press their hands up against their chest until they pass out.
When I was in high school, we did the dumbest one, and this was way before social media was open. My boy Luigi would push right up against my throat, like right here, until I passed out. And I was on a wall, so you see my little black behind sliding down the wall.
Yeah, so that's a different right. So that's a different version of it. And I'm going, come on, and it's really is it that?
I ain't never been knocked out by nobody, and I'm not finna volunteer to let nobody knock me out.
Volunteer to get knocked out? No, man, you're not paying me.
Look,
if you was paying me 10, 12 mil to get knocked out by Floyd Mayweather or somebody, I'll do that voluntarily. But I'm not. No,
if it was Mike Tyson, you might not get up ever again.
Don't knock folks out.
Well, wrong guy. Mike Tyson. Well, wrong. Okay, he's the right one.
You might not get ever up again. You just your soul gonna get up, but you just gonna stay there.
I'm gonna get ever up once.
I'm gonna let Mike do a phantom punch on me. So you just gotta time it right. Don't let him hit you. Just hit the ground, make it look like you stumbling, fall over into the ropes, and just stay down.
Yeah,
I'm so glad
out your mouth.
I'm so thankful I have kids that are very bright and actually think before they do. 80% of the time, I'm not gonna say 100% because sometimes they'll trip or slip up.
Right.
But when my son and my daughter brought that Tide Pod challenge up and mentioned it to me, and then my wife Jen was like, "What the hell is this Tide Pod? Who would eat?" Like it's like your mom and your dad don't feed you enough, so you gonna try a Tide Pod for dessert,
right?
Like what kind of flavor you think you gonna get?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I think I taste detergent. Like I remember one time I had I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. We had, you remember the real big box, because I haven't used washing powder in so long. But we had like the real big box of washing powder. And I had to, and my mom had it on the shelf. She told me to do the laundry. I couldn't find the step stool because it was on a high shelf.
Right.
Like my mom needed the step stool to get it. So I'm like 8 or 9 years old. Of course, I don't have any height.
Yeah.
So I get up there, and while I'm grabbing it on my tiptoes, the box is open, and I'm pulling it down, and it tips forward, and a lot of washing powder fall into my face and in my mouth. That's disgusting.
You clean them. You clean them.
If they really wanted to do like have a clean mouth, look, you remember we wouldn't volunteer to have soap in our mouth. You remember you would cuss back in the day, and you get a bar of soap stuck in your mouth.
Well, that's old school though.
That was nasty. Now imagine some Tide Pods in your mouth.
It's crazy, right? All right, y'all. On the other side of the break, man, we're going to talk about some other stuff, man. Like I said, this is the On the Fly episode. We just kind of throwing all kinds of stuff at you tonight, man. So just stay tuned with us. We'll be right back.
WLEO 26.7 online radio. Let's go. Hottest in today's newest hip hop and R&B.
All right, and we're back, man. That's a really short break. Now the other one is 50 seconds long. It's like, will you just shut up on the other break? But so okay. Did you guys? I don't know if we talked about it or not last week, but we talked about it today on the Real Talk with the Guru. Governor Abbott, no, Lieutenant Governor down there in Texas, your state, Kev.
Don't you?
This man went on Fox News. Did you guys hear about this, right?
No, I haven't heard what he did. I just know
this idiot gets on Fox News and said the reason why Texas COVID numbers are up.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah,
it's because of unvaccinated black people.
I'm out. I'm sorry. Bye, y'all.
Have you? No, I'm serious. That's what he said. What he said.
He was actually like he tried to say it wasn't the white people, it was the black people because they got the highest. Like they got the highest count of vaccinated people. Let me just get something straight right quick. All right, so true enough, in our community, a lot of people now are skeptical of vaccinations because of misinformation due to the Tuskegee.
And the thing with the government, and I understand it. I do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm going to leave that alone. I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. But for you, as a Republican, knowing what your party and people in your party are saying and what you all are spreading to try to lay that at the feet of black people, you are a complete and utter idiot. And nope, I'm not gonna say that. I ain't finna punch my
Can we Q, you live in Mississippi. I'm gonna need you to contact my cousins right quick. I need Derek. Because my cousin's a senator over there. I'm pretty sure he's got
somebody, right?
I'm pretty sure he can punch him if he wanted to, and still, I'm cool with that. Derek, I mean, I'm gonna need you. You know, your twin brother. I'm gonna need the family, the political family on that one. And I want to apologize on behalf of Texas to anyone that heard that blasphemous crap.
I mean,
because apparently for some reason he, like Q said, he has a position of power, yet just blatantly wants to be dumb.
I mean, just bring this up. This is a full combination of everything. White people, especially Republican white men, feel like they are under attack, and they feel like that they are losing, quote unquote, their country.
Yeah, they threaten them, or let's just say minorities overall, because as you see the fight against Latinos, and I'm half Mexican, half black for y'all that don't know. I'm light skinned for a reason. Mm-hmm. But
nigga, you my color.
Hey, I'm Drake. Hey, Drake, Steph Curry, we need you. Don't look like that, Terry. No, but
I'm actually I'm researching for something. Go ahead.
No, but for some reason, like we're the minorities are a huge threat to the white supremacy right now.
Right.
Let's just make it what it is. They've been fighting to keep the Mexicans out, and you're not gonna do it. They've been taking land continuously from the indigenous people.
Right. They've been doing that.
Was when Trump, the first 20 days when Trump was in office, he took their land again that was given to them by the government, and he took it to them and gave it to the people for the oil company to drill and put pipes in for oil. Why? Why are we doing this to these folks, man? And then for us as black folks, we've been oppressed for years.
Yeah, that's not going to change.
Now all of a sudden we have we're getting more. We're trying to band everybody together, including white folks that is on our side. They're tired of the mess. They see it. But we're a threat to the old. Once we get rid of the old folks, I promise you.
No, it's the young folks that had that same mentality. It ain't even the old folks.
But the percentages.
Republicans are a minority party for a reason. They as far as they are a minority party for the reason. If the electoral college didn't exist, the country would be mostly Democrat all the time. All right, so check this out. It's just getting back on topic with what he said. What he said just showed his ignorance to the fact, because no matter what, it falls along the same line. Black people are on welfare more. No, the numbers don't add up simply because it's more white people than black people. More white people are unvaccinated than black people. So it lies at the feet of the white people if you want to put it in that context. So that's why the numbers are high.
At that point. Yeah. It boils down to percentages. And then, like, if you look at it, and there was speaking on just along the same subject, I just saw on it was on Instagram today. We had a Karen. Supposedly she was in the Marines for 10 years she served, but she was in the airport blasting off, "You people are dumb," and blah 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 blah, and just parading and yelling and screaming. Now, hint, if she was black, we know it would have been different. We all know that. We get that. Well, I mean, we see it every time we see a Karen do something using their privilege. It would have went different. She would have been tased. A black man probably would have been shot or tased, and both.
Yeah. We're gonna talk about another story about that in a little bit.
Go ahead.
Now, they're talking about, with the COVID vaccine, all that junk.
Take your mask off.
If you have not been vaccinated, or if you're worried about which vaccine to take, okay. A lot of the arguments that I've heard about the vaccine is that, it's not government approved and all that. And that's fine if you feel that way. But just so you can have the full context of it, Pfizer's vaccine has just been approved through the FDA. So if you're worried about which vaccine to take the Pfizer one, because that's the one that's
I literally just, me, my wife, and my son Matthew, and my kids, Dion and Destiny, just got our second shots not too long ago.
Awesome.
Look, listen, people, don't go off word of mouth, man. I'm tired of people going off word of mouth, and then you got to put religion in it, and you get the he say, she say. No, do your research, man. I mean, what does it hurt to read a little bit? Watch a video if that's the case.
Because the thing is, you tell people to do that, but they have their own avenue of where they're going to go and read it at, because they're going to believe who they want to believe.
Exactly.
And Gwen, I am glad you said that. Hold on one second. I'm glad you said that, because what you can't do now, if you don't want to get vaccinated, that's fine. But what you can't do, though, is inject a dog dewormer into your system trying to prevent or treat COVID-19. You can't do that. So hold tight, because the yeah. Hold tight. I got something for you. Hold on. Let everybody let this run a little bit. Let this sizzle in your spirit. Hold
on. I'm afraid to let it sizzle.
See that? You're not a horse. The FDA warns against the use of animal dewormer as COVID-19 prevention. They don't believe anything else on the planet.
It's a shame.
They believe it's science, but there are people actually taking heart dewormer to treat and prevent COVID-19. So watch this. This is from USA Today. You guys see it in the corner. Let me run this video real quick, because I think it's.
It ain't got no commercials, do it?
I don't know. I couldn't see that. It's very loud. But here we go. What's my sound? There it is. I don't know if it's any words, any sound. The U.S. FDA says it. You're not a horse. You're not a cow.
That's a shame.
Silly, right?
Sometimes even the most intelligent people, they get stuck on something. And what doesn't help is the incredible misinformation that the social media propagates. That's the problem. And the best way to counter mis and disinformation is by flooding with correct information. So I believe that's one thing that you can do.
So
tell me this: you would take animal dewormer, but you wouldn't take the vaccine.
That's right. That is absolutely correct.
I was thinking that.
You're absolutely correct, sir. Absolutely correct. And I'm like, you can believe what you want, but come on.
I'm tired of saying sorry.
My head hurt. My head hurt after that one.
So here's
with them commercials.
You couldn't see it. You couldn't see it though. You couldn't see it. But
I try not to argue with people about what they choose to do. It's just that when they try to tell me that I shouldn't do anything and try to give me all this information, here's how I hit them and shut the whole conversation down. Who's your source? And don't just tell me you heard this from such and such. Give me a valid source. I break it down for college like them. Who is your source? How did you verify this information? What testing have you done? Like, I want to know, because I actually got the vaccine and nothing has happened to me. Nothing has changed in my blood work.
I'm not gonna lie. I was one of those that thought, man, I'm gonna turn into a zombie after this.
Oh my god!
Were you? Yeah, that was just me being foolish, But like I said, once you read, you do your study. You don't just read one article. You go and Dr. Fauci, who in their right mind would want to challenge if you don't, especially if you don't have a degree in the medical field. And
that's what I told somebody I was talking to. I said, bro, you barely passed science in high school and didn't go to college, but all of a sudden you're a doctor.
Come on, man.
You gonna tell me I should drink Pine Sol instead of taking a shot? That's what it sounds like to me. I'd rather take a Tide Pod.
Yeah. A lot of black people don't trust Dr. Fauci because they're under the belief that Dr. Fauci was one of the people that created AIDS and was injecting black people with AIDS.
Look, here we go again. That's the he say, she say. Until there are facts.
Right.
All right. Then
you got the religious bunch that says,
we start on evangelicals. They're amazing.
Look, man, and this is what I'm saying, man. Like, and I started off with this whole topic. People with religion, putting religion in it. People with the he say, she say. If you don't know or got your facts together, shut the hell up.
But here's the thing that throws me off.
And let them make
things that throw me off about the overly religious. You'll say, God gonna take care of me, all of this. And you don't acknowledge the fact of with this vaccine that God put the knowledge in these people.
Exactly.
To come up with this vaccine. But when something actually happens to you and your doctor fixes it, you're hollering, thank God. But you don't trust that God put the knowledge in these people's head to come up with this vaccine. That hypocrisy, man. But let's move on for this because we'll keep going with this forever.
I want an uppercut.
I'm with you on that, man. It's the hypocrisy for me. It's the hypocrisy for me. I can't, yes. And just because you wear a mask or you protect yourself, don't mean that you have any less faith. I just want people to understand that if you listen to this, because if you're a believer and you believe God got your back, and you best believe He do. He's what? Because you wear a mask and protect yourself and get the vaccine and all that jazz. You think that he's not. Come on, man. It's like there's a church in Atlanta. I can't think of the name of the church right now, but this guy had vaccine clinics in his church. You know how many people that he saved probably in his church by getting the vaccine, man? And he's at a mega church down there.
Hold up. While we here, and I'm glad you mentioned that. I saw this morning. Can't remember where I saw it on, but there was a pastor. He was a guest speaker at a church and said, "Hey, if you believe the Lord and you believe that he sent me here and he wants you to know as his messenger, I need you to follow me. Take your mask off, open your mouth, and breathe the same air as me. We don't need no mask in this church." Everybody took their mask off, and I saw a few people in front of the camera just walking out.
I would have been one of those people. You would tell me that, man.
And here's my thing about that too, though. What people are not thinking, he's a guest speaker. This man collecting a check.
Yeah.
So when he comes there and y'all are getting sick and got to spend your money and all that, and you get sick because you believe in the Lord that he told you and that he told him as his messenger, it was all for nothing. It was all for show at that point.
And here's the thing that throws me off. Here's the thing that throws me off. Here in Mississippi, there are no ICU beds. None.
Think about that. That's real.
This is a Republican state. And our governor he's been telling people, take the vaccine if you want to. But your hospitals have no ICU. What are you saying if you want to? Like, in my mind, and I'm just saying this, in my mind, that theory of population decreasing is the theory of the Republicans. That's their plan.
Yeah, they're trying to cut the black people so that way when they go elect. So when the election hit next year, ain't no black folk to vote, so they won't. That's right. It's stupid.
So, but like for real though, I mean, I got people that I'm close with that will not take it, and I got people that are close with that feel like this ain't nothing but the flu. People die from the flu every year. They feel like their immune system is going to take care of them. I mean, it is what it is, man. To each his own.
That's your choice. That's people's choices. That's the thing about this country.
My choice is that they better stay the hell away from me because I'm sorry. I'm not about to put my family in jeopardy because of your stupidity.
Here's the deal, though. Okay, is that y'all didn't catch that, did you? I said, here's the deal, though. Y'all didn't catch that. Okay. Anyway,
you know what? Come on, man.
I know, right? That's on here too. I didn't do it. Talking to my guest today, Double D, and she had COVID last year. And I had her describe, I said, well, what was it like to have COVID? And she says that she couldn't breathe. No matter how she turned, she was on her back and couldn't breathe. She sat up, she couldn't breathe. Turned to her side, she couldn't breathe. She sat on her stomach, she couldn't breathe. And she said, can you imagine how scary that is, not being able to get a breath in? Can you imagine it?
And like I had to explain to people, it affects people differently. Just because it didn't really affect you that way doesn't mean that it's not going to affect somebody else in a more extreme way. That's just like the vaccine. My mom and sister, they got kind of, sick for about 2 days after they took the vaccine. Both shots. I never got sick.
My wife got sick. She got sick, was it a day or two after the first shot? And
how long was she sick?
She was sick for the first shot. She got sick for about 2 to 3 days. She didn't go to work. And she was feeling like she had the flu. She couldn't taste. She couldn't smell. She texted me. She's like, I'm worried. I was like, take your butt to go get tested. Turns out, negative test.
That's good.
She didn't have COVID. But the problem is the shot made her a little sick. What it is part of the virus is put in you.
Right.
But so on the second shot that we just got this past Saturday, we got the second shot. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm a wuss. I hate needles. Yeah, I cried. It was sore. It made me sore a little bit, but I was a little wuss with taking the shot, but she got sick again, but it was only for that one day, that just Sunday. Monday, she was back at work and she was feeling a little better and she got better in progress. So, I mean, at the end of the day, with the vaccine, like they said, then they will repeatedly and they will tell you over and over, the vaccine is not here to cure the virus. It is not. That's not what it's for. Yeah. It is so that you will not get as sick. All right. And granted, some people are still make it really, really ill with the vaccination, but they're really not 100% proof.
But they're really alive. So I
break it down. I break it down like this to people. Everything you do, because they talk about the side effects. Everything you ingest in your life has a side effect.
Hell yeah.
So check, if you drink liquor, there's a side effect to drinking liquor.
You smoke weed,
there's a side effect. If you smoke weed, there's a side effect. If you eat a lot of food, there's a side effect.
Right.
All right, because you either gonna get sleepy, you gonna get the runs,
hungry, happy, sleepy.
I was gonna say that too.
All right, but you know what I'm saying? It's just like that. But man, we've been on this for a minute. Like I said, we can talk about COVID for forever.
You might think he did. He did. All right. So, on the other side of the break, man, this is our last break. We're going to get into our last topic before we get out of here. I'm surprised we actually lasted this long without sputtering through. I tell you, I appreciate you guys. This is this is the only fly episode of Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, man. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
That's right. Tune in to WLEO 26.7 online radio for all the newest music, hip-hop, and R&B from the 80s, 90s, and 2000s. Jazz and gospel, as well as new shows and local and national DJs on the ones and twos, getting you ready for the work week ahead, that party vibe, or relaxing at home, all on Baltimore's newest online radio station, WLEO 26.7 online radio, worldwide listening entertainment online.
All right, and welcome back. And this is the only this side of the break. We got one last topic that we're going to get into before we get out of here. I want to thank everybody who is listening. If you had flew up a heart, I really appreciate you. Comment, all of that. Thank you so much.
Buy some merch.
I don't know that merch still still up, man.
It is still up. Buy some merch. Visit the website.
So
buy some merch.
I think it was the website though. That helps me out a lot. It's the website. Knucklehead Chronicles podcast.
Visit the website. Support the squad. I want to see this Knucklepod, the Chronicle. I can't even say it right. Good God! But just buy you some hoodies.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
Buy some masks.
This situation right here pissed me off so bad.
I'm trying to tell you. So those of you who are listening and don't know what I'm pulling up on the screen right here. The title goes, this is from APpress.com. The man surrenders after claiming to have a bomb near the U.S. Capitol. If you guys have not heard about this guy was a complete idiot.
I feel like I'm out of the loop, man.
He went live on Facebook, giving all his grievances against Biden, saying the election was stolen. And he didn't actually have a bomb. He had enough materials in his truck to make a bomb. But the fact that they let him walk away, I'm really getting tired of seeing these people who take extreme measures walk away. Where a black man can just pull up a cell phone or just be running away or anything like that.
Or a Latino kid, a Latin kid, a Mexican kid running, tosses a gun and still gets shot. I don't know. But yet a white man can charge a police officer with a knife, literally chasing him with a knife, and they run and they try and tase him and subdue him rather than pow. I'm sick of the so lopsided police.
Yeah,
I'm done with it, man. I have family members that are police officers. I mean, I don't get the logic. I don't get anything behind it. And I don't believe in the defunding the police will work and all that. There has to be change starting at the very, very top. You know,
the thing is, the origins of the police are still ingrained in the police.
Yeah, it's gonna be that stigmatism is gonna be there forever. And I did remember. I don't know if you remember, Terry. I had a cousin that was killed by the cops. When I announced it on I didn't want to. I don't release the name because it's family, and it happened in Greenville. Q, you might remember. I don't know. I had my cousin. His nickname was Pie, and yeah. And it you know when the story hit me, I was already here in Texas. Still, I was living in Texas by the time. But that's my family, you know. And for him to get shot with handcuffs on, and then to say that he had a gun and he was shooting, you know, in the neighborhood. Yeah, he has a gun in his house, but he wasn't shooting the neighborhood. He's got a family in there. Okay. And then he comes out looking to see what's going on. Cops arrest him looking for a gun, and then they shoot him while he's in handcuffs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sick of it.
There are 1,000 stories like that, man. Thousands upon thousands of stories like that. I mean, you look at, you know, Philando Castile, you look at, you know, Mike Brown, you look at Trayvon Martin, you can go down the list. It's a whole list of people.
And the thing is, Trayvon Martin didn't even get killed by the police.
Well, he claimed
like you just a neighborhood watch.
Right.
And because he had a license, like there were no eyewitness, you just heard a scuffle, and y'all basically just took his word for it. That the police officer, the dispatch officer, told that man, "Do not follow that boy." Told him, "Do not follow that boy," and he followed him. He initiated the contact with him, and he killed him. You approached him, but you gonna claim self-defense. If I come and approach you, if I walk in your house unexpectedly and you don't give me permission, aren't you going to defend yourself because I just walked in your house or just approached you and start questioning you? You're going to be defensive, right?
Right.
All right. What did they expect that boy to do? At 17 years old, they want to call him a man. He was not a man. He was still 17 years
still
old.
A kid, man. Yeah. He's still a kid. But then you still got this whole thing too. I mean, I guarantee you they'll say, "Oh, he was a crazy guy. That's terrorism."
Okay, let's get to that.
Terrorism.
Let's get to this story though. We've kind of went off to the rails a little bit. Let's get to this one. This man right here, this ignoramus right here, Floyd Ray Roseberry, 49.
The name alone, y'all.
Yes, you know, right? And he was from my home state of North Carolina, Grover to be exact. And he decided to take his truck and put some stuff in it and tell people that he's got a whole. I mean, look at the pictures. I'm gonna roll the pictures here.
Is that him in the picture?
He surrendered. This is that black truck in front of the Library of Congress. So he gets on a Facebook Live and asks for Joe Biden. This is the stuff that he had in his truck. So just so you guys can see it. All right. He had enough material to, some pipe bombs and stuff, and he threatened to run into the front door of the Library of Congress if he didn't get Joe Biden on the phone. Just on a Facebook Live. There he is right there. See him on the ground? I mean, it's just crazy. They got everything blocked off. I mean, it's just goofy.
You know, the first thing I thought about when I heard this name, say his name again.
Floyd Ray Roseberry.
I was praying when I heard Floyd Ray that he wasn't black.
Oh, no, we don't do stuff like this.
But I was just hoping. I was like,
look at where he's sitting, though.
Yeah.
Look at where his truck is sitting. He's sitting in front of the Library of Congress. Let's say he did have something. They could have took out 2 city blocks. He would have killed. You know how many people he would have killed? Look at that. It's crazy.
Right. But here we go again. They're gonna just say he was crazy. He's not a terrorist. He was crazy. But yet we'll get a black teenager who got killed by a cop again, and yet he's a thug.
They gonna find everything that boy ever. If he got in trouble in elementary school for fighting,
he was a bully.
Yeah, they gonna do that, but then, blatant terrorism. Let's see. The world's watching.
How we say it in Mississippi, Q? I'm sick of it. SICCUD.
Yeah,
sick of it.
So it's going to be amazing at how this goes down. But this is no different. You look at Dylan Roof. You look at my guy that shot up the movie theater some years ago. All of them had mental issues. The guy that shot up the grocery store last year down there in Texas someplace. I mean,
oh man, in my hometown El Paso, well, my second hometown of El Paso. Everybody know Green.
They gonna say
it's my hometown, but
they gonna try to blame it on QAnon.
They literally let the guy that shot up El Paso Walmart plead insanity.
I mean,
when you write a manifest of why you did what you did and quote Donald Trump, there's no such thing as insanity in your vocabulary. I'm so sorry. You deserve to be buried underneath the prison. They need to bring stoning people to death back.
That's too primitive. They'll never do that.
No. I mean, I'd rather have that than
be no stones. Supposed to be throwing bricks.
I'm just saying, I'm throwing boulders. I don't care how I get it. I'm throwing it at you.
Like Donkey from Shrek. It's your boulder. This is a nice boulder. And throw that a mofo. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I got one more topic. I'm sorry. One more topic. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Ooh.
Yeah, I know that was coming. Sha'Carri Richardson. So now everybody was on her, was for her when she first got disqualified from the Olympics.
Keep that same energy.
How quick they turn your back on somebody.
Listen, it be our own people that do this. It be, come on, man. I mean,
because she lost, because she came in last, and now y'all flip the script on her.
How
you know what they say?
They just had, she was our hero, but you know what I'm saying? They act like your hero. Like, here's my thing. Support her whether she win or lose like y'all do LeBron.
Exactly. I'm with you, Quinn. If you
brought LeBron in this.
Leave LeBron out of this. If you was riding for this lady, and she was a queen a couple weeks ago, before the Olympics started, she was do your thing, queen. We praise you, queen. You did accountability, queen. All that stuff, queen. And now you're dogging her because she came in last.
I love her interview.
Come on, man.
I love her interview. Her interview pretty much said, "Keep your same energy."
Exactly.
When she come back, I don't want. You know what? And
runners lose, bro. You gonna lose every once in a while in life, man. In competition. Yeah. Nobody. Ali is the greatest of all time, and Ali lost.
That girl smoked the field like a Frankfurt on the 4th of July. You understand? I mean, that's what it was. I mean, she was just faster than everybody else. She beat FloJo's record. I mean, so what?
FloJo had that record for
years, and she just broke it. She went like a 10-2 or something like that. I mean, come on. But my thing is, as a people, though, why do we do that? Is that something that's inbred in us? I know Quinn uses that. He's like,
you know what it is?
We're ingrained a lot. Is that something that's ingrained in us?
It's not just ingrained in us.
No, this is it.
We enjoy
the world we live in now, where 1 minute you on top, the next minute, you know what I'm saying. As long as they're winning, we behind them. As soon as they start losing, and this is a young woman. This ain't somebody, her career is just starting.
Yeah.
Especially if you want to defend something, you want to bring up, well, they just lost. If you want to defend something. All right, in competition, there are always going to be winners and losers, and no one is ever going to win at everything. Tiger Woods lost, but he's considered one of the greatest golfers of all time. Y'all know Tom Brady then lost. Eli Manning, Peyton Manning then lost. Jerry Rice, the greatest receiver of all time, then lost. Randy Moss, T.O. Michael Jordan then lost. Like, people are going to lose, but that doesn't take away from their greatness. And she's only at the beginning.
Yeah,
her career ain't even started yet.
But see but I brung this up to say this is that we as a people though need to stop doing this. We need to start examining ourselves and stop with the monkey in the barrel mentality. And you want to clown. I mean, there are people literally clowning this girl to no end. The same ones that were in her corner when she did the thing with the Olympics. Mm-hmm. The same ones.
You know what we are. You know what we are. You know we are as a people when it comes to certain stuff.
Our own backstabbers.
No, them dumb folks walking up them milk crates.
Yeah. That's right.
And to capitalize on top of that, you know, the Republicans just love to see us those. I hate that race.
I'm gonna throw something out here.
They're laughing at us while we laugh at our own people.
Yeah.
So we're only multiplying the hate,
right?
Just adding to the habitual, you know, the hate that we have on our own race. We're adding to our own racial hate.
Like here's another example. Like the rapper DaBaby. DaBaby ain't said nothing at a concert that I ain't heard no other rapper say. But all of a sudden, everybody trying to kill this man's career.
Hey, wow. Man, look, on that, I agree. But you got to understand, that's a cancel culture, man. This cancel culture. We had a topic on this with cancel culture. Cancel culture is going to turn into a racial debate. Bottom line, that's what it's going to do.
Cancel culture is too much, but I believe in it, though.
I believe in to a certain extent.
I think DaBaby should have been canceled. I really believe that. I think he should stay canceled.
I
don't think so, because if you're going to cancel him for what he said, that means you got to go through the whole history of the rest of the rap and cancel everybody.
You actually do.
Oh, no, I can just cancel DaBaby. I ain't got to go through. I ain't got to do all that.
But it's the young people. It's the young people that's going to try to cancel older people, like Eminem. They've been trying to cancel Eminem since 2000.
Yeah,
you ain't going to cancel Eminem,
right? See, and with that, it's in the reverse. Old folks are not going to cancel Eminem. The young folks will. You know, it's been
trying.
They've been trying, but they can't get it done. If the government couldn't cancel Eminem,
yeah.
I mean, let's keep it 100. Like, I mean.
And it's not
regardless of like they took the Cosby Show off of TV with the Bill Cosby situation. Guess what's still on TV? A Different World and all other types of things that Bill Cosby name attached to. Guess what? He's still making money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think. Okay, I think he produced like the first season.
No, I'm watching it on. No, Bill Cosby name is still attached to it. Because you don't see Bill Cosby, you see William H. Cosby Jr. That's Bill Cosby.
That's his name.
William H. Cosby Jr.
Yeah, I don't know. I think
William Heathcliff. Cliff, he was using his middle name in the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
William Heathcliff.
So Cosby I guess Jr. by them taking out the bill, they're thinking they're taking out 75% of the big picture of the whole incident going out. It's still his name. It's still his brand.
On Hulu. Fat Albert, the movie and the TV show. Mm-hmm. Guess what?
He's still
Bill Cosby's still getting residual, and he's still making money. Guess what? His stand-up comedy are on streaming apps. Right, he's still getting paid.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I don't agree.
Listen, one thing I don't want to get. This is one thing I don't want to get into because Bill is out doing his thing. I heard he's trying to come back to stand up. I hope he doesn't. But before I go, I will ask you this right here. In the verses, you got you got Kat and Kevin in the verses. Who wins?
Kat. Not even a competition.
So it's gonna be like Dipset and
This cat too real. Cat is too real. Cat is.
He killed him out here.
Cat is just that guy. Like it's not.
He killed the whole. How you killed the whole Dipset? By yourself.
Kiss, because he kissed. He Jada
That's
Kiss.
Jada Kiss.
What?
That wasn't Jada Kiss. Jada Kiss is top 10 all time.
I mean, 50 Cent murdered all of Murder Inc. by himself.
He sure did.
Eminem murdered the whole pop culture industry by himself.
He did. He done wiped out.
Plus some cats in rap.
And in battle rap.
I'm gonna tell y'all this before we go because we over time.
Yep.
If you have not picked up King's Disease Part 2 by Nas,
go.
I got it on my Apple Play. I haven't listened to it yet.
Him and Eminem.
EPMD Part 2, and I forgot the name of the song with Lauryn Hill. Lauryn spit mad bars.
I as a matter of fact, I was listening to If I Ruled the World, and then I went straight to that Lauryn Hill, and because it was just like their old tandem with I Ruled the World, and then you come back with Lauryn Hill on this track again, and it was like magic all over again. You have to. It's poetic justice. When I say this album is very, very underrated and not put out there or advertised enough,
okay,
you're gonna see why.
We're gonna see that right there. Yeah, I need for you to be on there with my man Quinn and
he don't invite me, man. That's my boy. He don't invite me, man. That man don't let me know. He don't let me know. We grew up together. He don't even invite me.
Do your album critiques on Hip Hop Rejects on Friday night with Quinn and Davin. That's what we do that at. You know what I'm saying, everybody? I love y'all fellas, man. Listen, I thank everybody for listening. I really appreciate you. If you have not shared the broadcast, please share the broadcast. If you listen to us on podcasting platforms, make sure you download and share that as well. So we're gonna get on out of here until next week, man. You guys have a blessed week. Thank you for listening to another episode of the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast. Listen, we really appreciate you guys. Make sure you come back and see us on next week where we have another topic about men issues. Let's help these men out. All right. Peace. Until